Well, okay, so that wasn't even, I mean, that was just something that I know about.
Oh.
So whenever you reference Natasha Bedingfield, I just had to say that. So that's sort of that's the problem that this podcast is trying to solve. It's like a space for these things that like can't work in life. The podcast. Do tell.
Victor, this is so amazing. I can't wait to ask you the not even titular question because our podcast is called Do Tell. But I guess I should say Do Tell. What are you into right now? How are you?
I'm good. I'm as we know, tech issues loom large. And, you know, what I want to say is if you're just starting out in this industry, you need to be making at least $500,000 a year. Otherwise, you won't be able to afford the type of mic that you need and the type of internet you need. Okay.
Basically,
so I'm just saying that right now. If you're starting out in this industry, you need to be making $500,000.
Well, get that out in the open because let's just say you're kind of like Victor and I, and you have a laptop that's from 2017. Okay.
Which is apparently the dark ages.
You actually can't have that. And something that this podcast has gifted me already is looking around and going, what the hell was I surrounding myself with? Oh my God. I guess I didn't update my computer since 2017 and I didn't care. And I guess my phone has been cracked since last year and I don't care, even though that makes the camera quality really bad. I guess I didn't care because that's what I think of myself. That this is the conversation I've been having. With myself.
Right. It's like, is my treatment of my expensive technology reflective of how I feel about myself? And it's
we
haven't.
We don't have any space on our computers even to run the application that we're using to record. You and I both had to declutter the shit out of our computers just to run another app. And you
decluttered so hard that you actually got a new one.
Yeah, so that is a peek behind the curtain. I had a little bit of a moment where I had to admit that I needed a new laptop. So I went over to, in LA, what is called the Americana. And I talked to that guy at the Apple store, and he said, basically this is the move, you need a new laptop. And I did it. I treated myself for the first time since moving to Los Angeles. I actually think I kind of broke a spell because since moving to Los Angeles, I've been kind of treating myself like shat.
You've been sacrificing. You've been making sacrifices.
Yeah. And then now I buy myself a new laptop and all of a sudden, guess what? I ordered a new dress. My self-worth has gone up. I'm wearing a new dress right now.
You're currently wearing a new dress that you ordered?
I ordered it. I got it on Poshmark, but yeah, it's new to me.
So you're wearing a used dress on our podcast?
Yeah, and I haven't washed it yet. I didn't wash it. I was so excited. It looked so good. I didn't wash it. I wanted to wear it.
I'm going to be so serious right now. I need you to wash that dress.
I'm going to wash it after, but I only had like an hour. So, it looks really good.
It looks amazing.
Wait, are we saying that our thing right now is technology? Because I know that's not true.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, okay, what I was saying
we're starting off strong and downtrodden.
My thing exists within the storm that I'm in right now with technology. I come on this podcast. I'm coming for a fun time. I'm getting told left and right, you know, your microphone that you made out of popsicle sticks and pipe cleaners isn't doing the job. I'm going, okay, what do I have to do? The answer, you have to get the best podcast mic in the industry. And it's like, I actually would love to get the best podcast mic in the industry. What I'm here to talk about is sampling in pop music. It is something.
This is a huge pivot. So are you telling me that we're going to move on? And we're going to get into what you're actually obsessed with right now?
Well, okay. what I'm actually obsessed with is that, but it's like it exists in this like technological landscape where it's like so easy to sample a song now.
Yeah. We have been really, really obsessed with starting a podcast. So that's been our thing. But we're going to pull ourselves the hell out of that hole. And we're going to be talking about what we find interesting, to be honest. Let's get into
Carly,
it.
what is your thing too? So we can give them a little taste and I can give a little reaction to whatever it may be.
Sure, Victor. Okay. So you're telling me that you want to talk about sampling today in music? Well, buddy. Well, bucko.
Hey, don't call me buddy.
Hey, buddy. I'm going to talk to you about something that I am really been jazzed on. This is a book that has moved beyond my what I have deemed to be the nightstand. What did I say? The nightstand. Liminal space. If a book goes on my nightstand, I'm not reading that. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to bed. I've been asleep on my couch for 2 hours already. When I get in bed, I'm not reading. I'm actually already asleep. So
the nightstand is like performance alone. It's like
it is.
That's like where books live for the eyes of the visitor.
When people visit my home, I want them to think that I do something, but I don't do that. I don't do that at all.
Book on the nightstand.
Wow. Joan Didion. Right. Oh, hey.
Okay, that says a lot about her. Joan Didion.
Ooh. Well, hey, guess what book I never put on my nightstand? I just simply read. Okay, it's called The Alchemist. Yeah, have you read this?
No. What is it about? What is The Alchemist?
Well, we can get into it. Do you want to get into this first, or are we going to talk about sampling? We can talk about both at the same time.
We could literally just go back and forth, but what I know about the concept of The Alchemist is that as an alchemist, you create gold out of random sort of found objects.
Yeah. A lot of people want to be an alchemist, but actually only certain people can be an alchemist.
Is that what the book is like? First of all, for picking up the book, you're an alchemist. Okay. Takes one to know one.
It's a game recognizes game, sweetheart. Okay. And since you're kind of a little bit of a girl who reads, you're kind of an alchemist. Okay. She's an intellect and she's an alchemist. Now, I'm so excited to be part of the club.
Is it self-help?
Well, okay. I'm thinking, yeah. But it's also fiction.
Revealing that you've never read the book.
I'm going to tell you right here, right now, my recap of this book is going to be my version of a recap. It's not going to be the most detailed recap. It's going to be my version. It's going to be what I remember. Okay, I don't want to put pressure on myself to know absolutely everything about what I read.
I would never expect someone to remember what they read, first of all.
I'm going to be sharing my passions. I need you to know the limits of my passions. And they're kind of shallow sometimes.
It's offensive to think that someone would remember something that they read. I don't remember I don't remember what the next word I'm going to say is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, buddy.
Badia.
Badia. Let me tell you about The Alchemist. Well, I think I wanted to bring up Alchemist on this episode because The Alchemist is all about a boy named Santiago. And he's on a journey to find his quote unquote personal legend. And he is going through many different phases of life and I think this is going to be inviting us, you and I, to talk about our personal legends. And kind of let the listener get to know us through the lens of a personal legend via Santiago, via The Alchemist.
Well, this is blowing my mind. Okay, so
I put some thought into this.
Yeah, this is like, Carly, this is like amazing.
Yes, good.
This gives me great radio.
Oh. I think that sound is great radio too.
Okay, so Santiago. Okay, and then whenever you were talking, I kind of didn't really listen. So when you're saying
that's kind of something that people say when I start talking about something I'm interested in. Oh, this is so interesting. And we started a podcast about this.
When you were saying Santiago, he goes on a journey.
Yeah. He doesn't even mean to. No. Okay. Let me tell you first and foremost that I've told many people to read this. So if you're listening and you go, she told me to read this. Sorry, sometimes you remind me that you should read The Alchemist. And I'm going to talk about it again. I'm kind of obsessed with it only if I remember that I'm obsessed with it. If that makes sense to you, please reach out. Okay. So
comment.
Please listen more to our podcast if that makes sense to you, because there's more where that's coming from.
By the way, don't know where it came from. I never could.
No, I actually forget who told me to read that. Wait, my sister. My sister, she gifted it to me. Okay. So ever since my sister Perry gave me The Alchemist to listen to, I've been hooked. She told me that this is the perfect book for a long weekend read. Guess how long it took me to read? About 3 months. That's the kind of reader she is, and this is the kind of reader I am.
It is amazing how fast some people can read. I was talking to someone, they're referencing a day where they were like, I finished like 3 books. And it's like,
a day?
You read 3 books in one day?
No. Okay, for the students of the podcast, you don't have to be like that. And if you are, yes, you are an A student. Good for you. If you are
like that, it's like, what can you teach us? You need to be like calling it or something.
The reason for the podcast is I actually want to be more like that. But yes. I'm going to be vulnerable and I'm going to share that I'm not like that in an effort to grow and move forward and kind of, but I still believe I have the right to talk to you today about The Alchemist. And one day, within this record, I will tell you about The Alchemist, but right now we're talking about this.
And what I know is that Santiago is a character, one of my favorite names.
Yeah, Santiago is a really great name. And he's actually, so we open on Santiago. He is a shepherd in Spain. And what happens throughout the journey is that he keeps having these dreams of treasure, that he's going to find treasure somewhere in the pyramids. And he keeps, so it's kind of like somebody who has a dream of like, say getting a really great job and hitting the jackpot. You basically have a dream of hitting that jackpot. And so Santiago, this is his dream. And he keeps having these gut instincts to move or he has to take a job at this guy who sells gems, his shop. He has to take a job at a gem shop, right? Because someone steals all his money. Like he's going through trials and tribulations. He thinks, okay, yeah, I'm just going to go on this journey real quick. And because I have this dream, I'm going to go get this treasure. Listen, it does not
go the
move
way
that
expected.
Quick. No, it's not going the way you expected.
Something's telling me he's going to run into an issue any moment now.
Time after time, he's running into issues. It's taking so goddamn long. And then it turns out the treasure is within himself.
Oh, okay. Even though
it's his personal legend. He went on this journey.
Of course, it would be that. But it's like, even you saying that, it like affected me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, realizing it's like, the treasure's inside all along. It's like, it still gets to you.
Uh-huh. It's really earth-shattering because say you're like you and I, and you are like, I really hope one day I can get a job that'll fill my cup right up. And like, say you moved to LA. I don't know who the hell did that recently, but say you moved to LA. Okay. And you're like, God, nothing is working out. Oh my God, nothing is working out. Guess what? That's part of your personal legend.
And by the way, the rest is still unwritten. We don't know what's going to be happening
Natasha
at the end of your book.
Bedingfield. No.
Natasha Bedingfield, by the way. That's a sample. Just kidding. It's not. That would have been a good segue.
No, we should. Don't ever stray away from a segue, especially within this podcast. Natasha Bedingfield.
I do.
What can we sample from that? The rest is still unwritten.
Well, okay, so
doesn't she kind of say
sample that?
Like that?
I don't. I mean, I would never say no because I'm like, it's probably in there in the mix somewhere.
Yeah.
She sings "Pocket Full of Sunshine," so maybe Maybe it's in that song that you're thinking of.
I do want to shout out the most epic part of Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, which
Natasha.
is when she's kind of leading up into the unwritten chorus, and it's oh yeah, whoa.
Interesting fact about this song: Natasha and her sister recorded all of those parts separately themselves individually.
Her sister's in this song?
Yeah, her and her white sister. It's just these two girls, and they sing this
her
insane,
white sister. What the hell does that mean?
Well, like the when I hear that, I'm going, this is like a gorgeous like black choir. Like, you know what I mean? Like you hear,
it is
like,
pretty
this, like,
iconic. Yeah,
it's like it references. I mean, I personally think it references that. I mean,
the style of singing.
Yeah, and so just like hearing a choir, and it's just so like
you're
there's
overcome.
like so much soul in it, and you feel like you're in church. You feel like you're in like a Southern Baptist church. Okay, so these two British white gals just layered their voices over and over and over again, and it made them sound like a giant choir. Oh. And it's like it's just two people. Isn't that crazy?
I guess that is the power of the studio,
of technology.
And it makes me think, like, what in your life what are you pulling from in your life right now that's making you specifically interested in the sound clips?
Well, okay, so that wasn't even, I mean, that was just something that I know about.
Oh.
So whenever you reference Natasha Bedingfield, I just had to say that. So that's sort of that's the problem that this podcast is trying to solve. It's like a space for these things that like can't work in life.
No.
Okay, what made me want to bring this idea of sampling to light was there's this Jason Derulo song that I heard for the first time.
Not that guy.
He's sort of prince of sampling. Like he loves a sample.
And famously, he compares himself to Whitney Houston in terms of like artists. Did you know this?
Sorry. And by the way, Jason, if you're listening, I'm not laughing at you. I just didn't know that.
He says this, I think, in his memoir.
You know, they're so similar because in all of Whitney's songs, she's always going, Whitney Houston.
Beluga Heights.
Beluga Heights.
Whatever is that? Why does he even have that there?
Beluga Heights is a studio. Okay, but what I'm trying to get, so all of this to say.
Random fact.
I listened to a new Jason Derulo song that came out in 2023, and it samples a Dido song.
Shit.
And it's the one where it's like, and the name of the Jason Derulo song is like Love Sucks. And so he's singing, and then
an original thought.
And out of nowhere, Dido comes in and is singing her like famous song, which escapes me right now.
Wait, White Flag?
It's not White Flag. It's like her other big one.
Should I look it up? Permission to look it up?
Oh, it's my window, and all I see is
not so bad, not so bad,
not so bad.
Oh, hold on, I'm looking this up.
And the concept of the song is love sucks, but
it's called Thank You. Parentheses not so bad.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Parentheses not so bad is featured in the Jason Derulo song Love Sucks, and it kind of flips the concept on its head because it's like even though like love sucks, like the best part about it is at least like waking up in your arms in the morning. I kind of don't really get what he was doing with it.
I actually don't think I agree with that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I've listened to it on loop and I kind of still can't grasp like what's trying to be said.
Right.
In a similar way to like his like using the Imogen Heap famous
what you say
sample. What you say? Because it's
but I would say that sampling that he did, that whole sampling remix made an episode of Gossip Girl absolutely iconic. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I know that it was used in a different like teen show. like the OC or something?
Oh, what you say? Yeah, when
that was Imogen one. Okay, but you're talking about Jason. Okay.
But the Imogen Heap one, yeah, that was used in oh god, I think it's the OC when there was a shooting. And I think a pretty prominent character commits murder. And there was a whole SNL spoof about it. I remember seeing the SNL sketch with Andy Samberg where they use the Imogen Heap and they just keep shooting each other in it. And then that song keeps replaying. Oh, yes, it's pretty iconic.
It's really good.
It's so funny. And that was my first, I had not seen the OC yet. And then I didn't know that it was parodying that. And then my roommate at the time was watching the OC and I walked in when that scene was happening and I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees. I had no idea. I was like, wait, this is beautiful. This is why we love TV. This is so awesome. Do you ever see TV and you go, this is so awesome? I love TV.
I'm often thinking that.
I mean, love TV.
I mean, me and Paul were in the car recently. And by recently, I mean mere minutes ago. And we were talking about all the TV shows that we have access to that we're just like dying to start watching or like continuing to watch. It's just like we're in the silver era of television.
Yeah. Well, okay, wait. And another silver era of television was truly when Gossip Girl used the sampled version of Jason Derulo's What You Say with Imogen Heap in it. It's a really iconic. Gossip Girl always had the best Thanksgiving episodes because Blair Waldorf loves Thanksgiving. Wait, I actually know about so many things. Blair Waldorf loves Thanksgiving. And she always has a really good Thanksgiving. And for some reason, everybody's always there because they're all rich.
Was Gossip Girl books?
You
don't have to answer. And you don't have to answer
No, I know about a lot of stuff, but I don't think Gossip Girl was books. It might have been. And I'm actually going to look that up.
I started watching Gossip Girl, I think it was in like 2016. And
it's a book.
It was a book first?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Or maybe it's inspired.
Is there ever an original thought made into a TV or movie? I mean, yes.
It could be, yeah.
I was just talking about it, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the silver era. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I don't know why I said that because there's like the golden age of television. And it's like, I feel like that actually is past.
Well, you know what? Golden age, I would kind of liken to like when, say, Gossip Girl was on. We had things like Veronica Mars. Okay, we had Bones. Oh my God,
Bones is so good.
Yeah, Bones is probably one of the best TV shows that's ever been made. I think the golden age was when series had about 26 episodes a season, and each episode was an hour long, and people were employed to write on those shows basically for years and years. And that to me is the golden age. Because let me tell you, living in LA, it doesn't really seem like that's happening much these days.
No.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what you do during the daytime, because this is a part of your personal legend. And I think that when we're knocking on death's door and we discover, okay, that was my personal legend after all, that our jobs right now are going to be absolutely part of it. Get into it.
Mean he finds out? Sorry, I need to know the significance of this. He's at death's door when he realizes that his treasure was inside of him.
No, he's not. I just feel like sometimes I feel so lost in this world that I'm like, it's not going to be till I'm dying that I figure this all out.
Carly.
But I'm going to be like, no. I'm going to be like 97 at least. I'm going to be like 105 when this happens. I'm going to live a long, happy life, but it'll happen sooner. I'm being dramatic.
Well, I'm being dramatic. I know, but I'm like, I just think like, it's just,
you don't think
you're going to figure it out in like 2 years and you're gonna go, this is the whole point, and like now it's fun time. Okay,
well, do you want me to tell you actually when Santiago finds out it's all within him the whole time? It's really beautiful because so basically he makes his way through the desert because he's trying to get to this treasure, and it's a really long journey. It's taking 3
months to read.
Yeah, I know. It's taking 3 months to read for me. It's taking him even longer to get across this damn desert to get to the treasure.
Oh, really? It's like months-long desert travel.
This whole book is spans years because he's getting his money stolen. He has to work back to have money to go. He's working the gem shop to pay his fare to get across the desert to get to the pyramids or wherever. I'm forgetting where the treasure actually is.
It's probably the pyramids, I would say, right?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. And there's the alchemist who he meets and is like, I got you. Let me help you. Let me help take you to this treasure. But in the salvation he finds when he crosses the desert, before going on the extended journey to the pyramids, because he has to meet the alchemist and the salvation. He meets a woman and they fall in love.
Is this like the first woman in the book?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Did the character have gay vibes until then?
Yeah, he absolutely could have. I don't
know.
He
works at a gem store.
Yeah, he works at a gem store and he's a lone shepherd. What to you is that?
That to me is at least bi.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, and this book is so wonderful. I could see this character. I could see Santiago being bi for sure.
That's going on the Instagram, but
thank God. And that should be the first thing we share. But
so he realizes
he meets the woman.
The treasure was inside him once he finds a relationship and gets married.
No, and that's the best part. This book is ahead of its time because he meets a woman, or it's just profound, and we've, as a society, we have absolutely mucked up the place, and we've gotten our heads have just gotten so foggy that we don't realize.
Say less.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say more, actually. So
that's our first say less, say more yin and yang moment of this episode.
Thank God.
So I'm glad
Victor and I are big on say less, actually say more. Because the phrase is just horrifying. But what I'll say is Santiago meets a woman and he is like, screw the treasure. I am so excited that I met this woman. She is the most beautiful, the smartest, the kindest. Like, I'm absolutely like, she's the love of my life. I'm going to stay in this village with her. And I'm just not going to go after the treasure, like what I thought my heart's desire was, because now I see that it's hers. And then I believe it was maybe through a conversation between the two of them or him and the alchemist, I'm forgetting. But regardless, it is realized that he will not be happy long term in this marriage, in this partnership, if he doesn't finish his quest to fill his desire to find this treasure. If he doesn't complete this journey and he just cuts it short to be in this romance, that he's not going to be satisfied long term. And him and this lovely woman decide, okay, you go out there, you might die because there is a war in the desert going on. You may perish. Yeah, sorry, I left that out. You may perish.
Holy shit.
But at least if you make it back, you're not going to be unhappy and you're not going to always wonder what if. It's kind of about gut.
Carly,
your
this
gut.
is making my chest like
I
tense.
know.
Because that is the whole point. It's like you must try while you're here, you know?
You do. You have to try, because if you don't, then you're going to wonder. It's like podcasting.
It's exactly like podcasting.
That's part of our personal legend. And what have we found out since we started podcasting? I think I'm going to let you take the lead on that. What have we found out?
We have found out that though the desert is vast and there's many wars going on, figuratively, for podcasters, I mean, it's a war zone to be a podcaster. First of all, it's exactly 1-to-1. And
the war is between...
You need hundreds of millions of dollars to fund this war that is podcasting. It's a war on the audience. It's a war on the ears. And it's a war on the psyche. So to traverse that expanse, to get to the other side, to be sitting here, I'm looking at a blurry image of you that is sometimes it's moving and sometimes it's sort of a gorgeous like cubist painting.
That's nice.
But that being said, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Right. Victor, that's beautiful. It's a war on the artist versus technology.
Yes.
And this is where we give a huge shout out to our producer, Connor, and our it girl, Stuart.
Connor and Stuart, I don't think you guys realize how much you've helped us. Which is why we wouldn't be able to do this. Each a bonus of $400,000 each, just like Taylor Swift. And so that is going to be in your checking accounts in about 40 to 50 years. So look forward to it.
Please. Oh my God. Treat yourselves. You deserve it.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Hey, if you're smart, invest. Actually, JK, don't know what's going on in the stock market these days.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. It's really bad.
Guess who just started investing?
Oh, wait. Yes. Okay, so that's something that you said, save it for the pod. I got some sort of, it's seemingly like a scam, a text from Victor a couple days ago. And I said, now what in the world is this? And it was some sort of investment app. And he goes, save it for the pod. All right. So give it to me. So give it to me straight.
Basically, without doing an ad, it's just Acorns, the app that's like, the concept is like quite beautiful. It's like an acorn starts out as this small seed. It's like gorgeous, cute. And it has all the ability of becoming this huge, strong oak tree, of course. And it's sort of playing with that metaphor and it's allowing the artist in based upon the metaphor so that they can garnish, some scents off the top of your latte that you buy. They'll round that up and they'll actually invest that money into, various pharmaceutical companies wreaking havoc on the immune systems of thousands of children across the world.
What do you think that kind of looks like when Acorn gets that 10 cents off your latte? What do you think that kind of looks like at headquarters?
They go like, this is what it is. So you're buying a latte. Okay. I'm
Hello,
back at headquarters.
Hi, barista. I would really love to buy one oat milk latte. Is that okay with you?
First of all, don't call me barista, but oat milk. Did you want that hot or iced? You said iced?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I would like one oat milk iced latte. I'm just super excited because when I make a purchase, then 10 cents goes off of this and goes into, my investments, dare I say?
So, wait, so you're telling me that it's taking 10 cents off of the, we make these prices because this is like how much stuff costs. So are you saying that it's taking 10 cents off of the price or is it adding 10 cents to what you're buying?
It doesn't affect you literally at all. It only affects.
I don't have control over that stuff. It's like my manager. It's like, this isn't something, I don't want to be here. I'm just a barista.
Well, I'm sorry. Okay, barista, I'm sorry. It's not anything personal to you. I'm trying to get into trading, and this is kind of a cute way to do that.
Trading what?
Stock market. I don't know how it works, but an app was really cute to me, and I wanted to sign up for it. And it said that if I buy a latte, my acorn could grow bigger. Does that make sense to you? It barely makes any metaphor.
I think that's like a beautiful metaphor for growth.
Would you do the same thing?
That's awesome. Sorry.
Yeah. So okay.
That's that's really cool.
I just want to buy a latte.
That's really cool.
Thanks. I want to buy a latte and have 10 cents go into my trading.
You know what?
In the stock
The
market.
latte's on me. Don't worry about it.
No, don't do that because I need to.
I will pay for the latte. Don't worry about it.
You're going to put money into my stock market trading account?
I'm not going to charge you.
No, please, you need to charge me or else I can't invest. It's the only way I know how to invest.
I'm not charging. Ma'am, next.
What? Pay it forward? This does not work for my new lifestyle. That's so fucked up.
It's so fucked up that he like learns about it and then goes, I'm not letting you even do it. It's so mean.
That's going to be crazy. If you go buy a latte right now, 10 cents would go into actually your, I keep saying trading accounts. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah. We should actually get a stork market.
A stock market
we should get
specialist.
a stoink market spoinkalist on our pod so that they can explain.
That would be a really good answer to the question, do tell, what is your thing right now? Stocks. Because I got to know
sure
more.
That's someone's thing.
Okay,
I'm sure.
Hey, if that's you, can you reach out? You want to come on the pod? Hey, this would be really good for probably a lot of our students. Yes.
Okay, mark that down. Someone mark that down. Whoever has a piece of paper, just write it down.
Okay.
But I think it's something that's going to be good for me because I struggle with like saving money. So I'm like, it takes the thinking out of it almost. Although the thing that I pay for is like, I can like adjust what companies I'm putting the money to, which is good because it's like, you know, sometimes companies do like evil stuff and you're sort of like, well, I don't want to reward you with my latte money.
No, you don't want to buy a latte and have that go towards like guns. Good Lord. Fuck.
You buy a latte at the gun store, essentially.
Literally. I'm not doing that. I'm not buying a latte and deriving more oil out of this goddamn earth. Jeez. Ugh. I don't want my acorn getting any bigger. If that
I don't
is
want
the
my
case.
acorn going into a big fracking factory.
No. Unless it's RuPaul's. You know that RuPaul does that.
Yeah, I know. RuPaul fracks. And if she wants to come on here and talk about her hyperfixation about oil, then I would love to have her on, by the way.
I just feel like the answer might be money, unfortunately. That's the reason for the season. Yeah.
And I get it because it's like, it's so expensive to have a podcast. I'm like, I might have to start fucking fracking.
to get a new laptop. Literally. Victor, if that's what it takes.
I think like the good that we do will offset the irreparable damage to the ecosystem. So I am an accountant.
No, you're not.
Boring.
You're an accountant who doesn't know how to invest money? I believe that. That'd be kind of funny.
I'm an accountant, and so I'm constantly counting. At any given time, I have 3 calculators in front of me.
I've known that to be true about accountants for sure.
But I work at a bakery that will remain nameless due to me not wanting to do free ads for anyone.
That's totally cool. But if we want to start doing ads, then we could talk about them. Because I'll say about bakery that Victor works at. Super delicious. Super yummy frosting.
Someone on this call might have other words about it because one of
you mean our producer Connor? Don't be so ominous about Connor. My God.
Someone else is watching.
Scary.
It's like, who's that? Like, okay, what is a good concept though for like a horror movie? Is those movies that take place on a computer screen and it's like a Skype call between friends and then like we're
going to
account.
Skype.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I think this movie's been made. Mm-hmm.
No, but it's like, it's a good concept. It is so frightening to imagine.
Good thing they did that.
I know, because someone needed to do it.
Because it's a good idea.
Connor just...
What did Connor say in the chat?
He chatted
super dry. Yep. So that is producer Connor's commentary on something Victor baked.
We make like really dry, bad stuff.
No, Victor came to meet up with us when I was in Chicago and he brought a fresh batch of cupcakes that he made. So this isn't maybe the bakery's fault. This could be Victor's fault here.
No, I didn't make the
Not
cupcakes.
to kind of throw you under the bus. Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God.
My impression of someone that does this. No. I would never think that you would do that.
Okay, well, wait, what is that? Wait, what? What's like a scenario where that would happen? Like kind of like you walk in. And you have cupcakes.
Yeah. Where I'm like, hey guys, so who cares? I brought these cupcakes and
shut up. This is so nice. You brought cupcakes?
Yes.
You made these?
Yes. And I just wanted you to know, you guys can eat them or you can throw them on the ground, throw them in the garbage. I literally don't care. I don't have like an emotional.
I would never do that to you. I can't.
Yes.
I can't. No. I can't imagine doing that to you. Where I would ever even throw away your cupcake or put it on the ground.
I need you to hold the cupcake for me.
I'm present in this moment.
So one of my really good friends, Annie Hathaway, she taught me this trick. It was really funny. It was when we were at the party, she did this and everyone was going, what the fuck? So she grabs her cupcake. She sort of puts her fingers halfway through it.
She pulls it apart.
The bottom off, puts it on top, eats it as if it were
makes a sandwich. Shit. And she's won a lot of different awards for acting, I do think. Right?
You're right. I think she's won a Grammy.
I've never known anyone who's known someone like that before. I've never known anyone who's known anyone that's famous that would share a personal anecdote about a famous person with me. This has changed my life.
I need you to take the bottom part of the cupcake and I need you to put it on the top of it. I need you to at least try the cupcake.
I gotta go.
God, I really want her to eat the cupcake.
No, she's not gonna eat the cupcake. Scene. Honey, she's not gonna eat the cupcake.
Honey, one thing about her.
She's not eating that cupcake. Yeah, no. Victor brought cupcakes to our meeting, and unfortunately, half of them were dry, but the frosting was so good that we did make the sandwiches out of them. This is something that I personally did. And then Victor told me that Anne Hathaway also does it. And that changed my life because I did something Anne Hathaway does. And I didn't even know that.
And she's actually on the Kelly Clarkson show talking about when she did it. And you need to look at that clip. Anyone listening to this needs to look at that clip. It's insane to watch.
That's amazing because you could be so charismatic and talented and beautiful that you can share a story about how you turned a cupcake into a little sandwich and the world just goes abuzz.
The world stop.
Meanwhile,
she tells the cupcake story. Carry on. Pretty on fleek. Pretty on fleek.
Victor, you just locked in. Oh my God. We need to start the record from there. World stop.
Carry on.
Oh man. Yeah, I think that Anne Hathaway could kind of make anything simple be an absolute moment.
Complicated. Yeah.
So complicated. Anne Hathaway can make this is kind of the way the media paints women. Yeah, Anne Hathaway can make anything simple actually very complicated. They're doing that to a lot of women in media. They're going, yeah, Meghan Markle? Yeah, okay, that's complicated. I go, no, she's just doing home good things, you guys. She's just good at that stuff.
At her home that's not her house.
They go, she's making that thing complicated, the media says. Guys.
I'm like, it's not complicated. It's a one-pot pasta dish. Get over it.
I'm excited to try that. Should I try that before the next record? And maybe that could be my new absolute thing I'm passionate about is one-pot pasta?
I think you could easily fall into pasta. Pasta is a wealth. It's a rabbit hole. You know what I mean?
Thank you for bringing that up. Because you are Italian, right?
Soy Italianzo.
Okay. Part of your personal legend is that you worked at an Italian restaurant.
My parents' pizza shop.
Can I say, yeah, it's your parents?
I'm a pizzaiolo. Pizzaiolo.
Oh my!
That's what it's called.
Is that the title?
Yeah, it's like when you can work the wood-fired oven and you can like do all of the bread like dough crust. I'm acting as if I don't know what I'm talking about, but I worked there for 10 years.
Yeah, you're actually really, really knowledgeable on it. I think what we're trying to build in this podcast is confidence
Trust.
in talking about things that you feel that you know things about. Like, for instance, making wood fire pizza at your parents' restaurant for 10 years.
And then when asked to describe it, being absolutely inconsolable and having no words.
Dropping to your knees. Like, okay, so I'm going to ask you, Victor. I would say, Victor, you know how to make wood fire pizza, right? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah,
Have you been doing it for like 10 years?
So yeah, my parents had a restaurant and I would, I'd spend a lot of time there.
What do you mean spend a lot of time there? Huh?
Well, it's, you pick up a few things if you're, and so, and I, and my thing was just sort of.
You were there for 10 years, right? I assumed you were pretty good at it.
Yeah. So I was able to, I was a person where, a bunch of customers come in and you're going, okay.
So you made really good pizza then?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, well, hey, I'm gonna go get back to my family. It was nice running into you.
Yeah, and you can just send the insurance for like the
car crash.
The car, yeah.
No problem.
My car did roll.
It's so
much like you would roll dough.
Ooh, no. See, there you go. You know a lot about pizza, huh?
Yeah.
It's funny that our cars collided today. I'm glad to catch up. I saw you online. I thought, man, this guy sure knows his pizza. So I saw you working at the pizza shop, but it kind of weirded me out. Oh,
Thank
all right.
you.
All right, well, I'm going to get back to my family. I think they're kind of shaking up. By the whole car wreck.
Well, say hi to the gals, and I won't text ever again. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll stop by the pizza pie shop sometime. Probably not, though.
I probably won't be there. I probably will be in jail, to be brutally honest. Yeah.
Okay. That is sadly the reality.
That's like what it's like sometimes.
Of not repping your shit.
Your answers.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you what job I have right now that's a part of my personal legend?
Please.
I believe this is truly part of my personal legend.
And I'm sorry that I can't reciprocate question asking. I'm actually gonna put a huge post on my. I just there's something wrong. Okay, but go on.
So, where is something wrong? Because also
right
it's okay. I truly just made you ask me a question. So why don't you ask me the question?
Okay. What about like part of your legend? Like what's a job that you had?
Well, right now I'm a nanny.
Yes. Nanny McPhee.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. But I want to. Wait, how close in relation is Nanny McPhee and Catherine McPhee?
They're
probably not
identical twin sisters.
That's what I thought. Okay,
and we can clip that.
So, right now I'm a nanny in LA, and I also think something that I'm going to tie into maybe like if I was Santiago in The Alchemist, I'd be going, okay, how the hell am I going to get out of this phase of life where I'm exclusively a nanny, but I want to, be creative in some other ways. And then I would go, oh shit. Something that's been a really big thing in my life right now is that my car has been hit twice. Not to my fault. And I have not been the one driving it both times.
Oh God.
So I'm a nanny rolling up. I'm a nanny rolling up to these jobs with a dented ass car.
They go, well, my kid's not going in that car. I'll say that right now.
I started driving Stuart's car to the jobs where I do drive kids. So they feel safe. But yeah, no, my car, literally, it got rear-ended when a friend was borrowing it to pick up another friend from the train station. And then we were pulling into our driveway and this guy slowly T-boned us. We were going, no, 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 no. No, please, no, don't do it. Because we were stuck and he didn't see us. He was texting. And he just, he looked up and made eye contact with us as he hit us. And you could see him go, oh, shit. No, no.
This guy slowly T-boned us is so funny.
Slowly, because we were turning into our driveway and we had to cut across a lane and everyone was letting us through, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole LA nightmare. And
I'm sure.
It's a goddamn LA nightmare. And this guy, someone moved forward that gave us some space. So we start inching forward. And this guy has more than enough time to see us if he was looking up, if he was not texting. And because we were giving him the, hey, we're going ahead through hand. And he just didn't look. And then he didn't look for about 5 seconds. And
what do you think he was texting
us.
About?
I don't know. Can I be honest? He was really old.
He probably was asleep, Carly.
No, because he was looking down, so he was either texting or he was asleep.
He's going like this.
Yeah, that's kind of what he looked like. And the viewers, if you're listening, not viewing, Victor was just looking down. He looked asleep.
Do you ever like think, okay, whenever you're watching a movie, like and an actor is asleep and then they have to wake up, it's like that is actually so hard to do.
They're acting. What was your acting while asleep? Okay, so you are asleep and you have to wake up. What does it look like?
Can you see my face
action.
while I'm asleep?
Yeah, action. That's awesome.
Wait,
because you wiped away spit. Okay.
Yeah, right.
You were waking up. You're in a stressful situation. The plot that you're in is stressful. You're kind of having troubles.
Yes. Thank you. I'm a politician. Okay. So.
Okay.
And action.
What? Is everything okay?
Oh my God. That's really good.
I'm a mother of 6.
Oh
That's how a mother of 6 wakes up.
You kind of stirring and then saying, what? It's like, that is so real.
You know what I was dreaming of?
What?
The life I had when I was single. I didn't have kids. And then I wake up, what? Is everything okay? I'll start breakfast.
Wow. What? How nice, because my guy was a politician and he was assuming every time he wakes up, he's assuming that they found the dirt on him about
That's
camp.
Interesting. About camp. Huh. What kind of camp?
A camp for the disgusting.
Ugh, all politicians
depraved.
Go there. Oh, shit.
Camp for the disgusting and depraved.
We have to do a lot. We're doing a lot of acting on this podcast. I think it's good.
I think so too. And I think honestly.
Ooh. Finish your thought and then I have an activity.
I think that more industry needs to be watching this.
Mm-hmm. I have a really good idea for us.
At least one more industry person needs to be watching this besides.
Yeah. If you know anybody in the industry that should be watching this or listening to this, send them the link.
Yeah, please.
Victor, we're about time to wrap up. And I have an idea for a way for us to wrap up the pod today.
I'm all ears.
Okay, babe. It's this. And Victor's ears are showing. He just moved his headphones back to show he is listening and that he respects me.
I just got my tragus pierced or whatever.
Are you serious? Oh,
No,
we gotta talk about that next episode. What the hell?
I just know that word.
I want to see what it would look like. I want you to act out what it would look like when you discover your personal legend.
Oh my God. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Even thinking, I'm not even kidding, Carlesi. It is like affecting me every time you say it. Okay.
You should read this book. And if anybody reads this book, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, okay? Can you let us know?
In the running for winning $5,000.
Yep.
Just saying.
All right. Victor, you have just discovered your personal legend, just like Santiago in The Alchemist. What does that look like?
Oh my God. Child, the T is gag right now. I am boots. the house. I've just discovered my personal legend, down boots. That's how I would do it.
That's really good.
Right now, because like that's the vocabulary the vernacular I'm working with.
That's
right
kind
now.
of
So
the
it's
current
like,
terminology
it meets
that
you where you're at. Child.
Culturally, I would guess Victor discovered his personal legend in 2025. That's what I would guess.
Me finding my legend is like, or my treasure.
Personal legend. Basically, the treasure legend you were searching for was in yourself, within yourself the whole time.
When the finna is gag and the child is tea. Me finding my personal legend. Okay.
And here I am going, oh, that's so awesome. That's really good.
Well, you're an ally. So you get it.
Oh, yes. 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 Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Good. Good. God, I'm happy to hear that.
You have an Anna Faris quality. I just have to say that.
What the hell? Oh, don't call me an ally and Anna Faris in one breath.
I said Anna Faris quality. I didn't say no one could ever be her.
All right, I want to discover my personal legend now.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, action.
Holy shit. Are you serious? I've been trying so hard to figure this the hell out, and now it's just within me the whole goddamn time. I just gotta be happy because I know now. Okay. What are we making for dinner tonight? By the way?
Wow.
Now that I'm all of a sudden happy, we still gotta figure that out. By the way, the personal legend is I have the magic within me the whole time. Shit. I've been so unhappy. I've been trudging to work. I've been going, here we go. Can't wait to figure this out. Turns out I didn't have to. What's for dinner? I don't want to cook.
When you were saying okay, I felt that. Like, it's like every morning I wake up, it's like, it's those okays.
Okay.
It's okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. Basically, every morning I wake up and I go, okay. And this is kind of, we do have a bag of questions that we will whip out on Do Tell the Podcast. Just kind of like little questions that will prompt us to really get into what our thing is right now. But today we were our conversation was so ripe that we didn't need that. But
yeah,
every morning I wake up.
Need to flop our dick on the table.
Yeah, but every morning I wake up and I pull it out of the bag of questions, the Do Tell bag of questions. And I say, okay, it's bastard time. And then I figure it out, and I roll out of my driveway in my car that's smashed on 2 sides, and I go and I nanny. But turns out, if I just thought about the Alchemist for one goddamn second, I would realize that I'm actually fine. I'm happy.
Yeah, and it's all about like living right now, and like it's the journey. It's always been the journey, and we've been hearing that like forever. But I think the cool thing about this is like we kind of there was like a journey towards this journey. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And
so it's like you're on constant journeys, constantly.
I'm gonna forget about this realization as soon as we hang up as well. I'm gonna go back to trying to figure it out.
Well, of course. I'm starving. I'm gonna go eat, and then I'm gonna go. I don't think I need to think about other stuff.
No, I don't think so. I think you've done a lot of good work today. I wonder if Santiago kind of kept what he learned with him for the rest of time, or if he had bad days too. I bet he did. And
I think
with the alchemy,
for someone as stupid as Santiago, if you have to go on a months-long journey through the desert just to realize that it was about the journey, it's like watch a Disney Channel movie. You know what I mean,
dude?
Thank you guys for making us realize that we were the journey the whole time.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thank you for giving us the space to talk about The Alchemist and also
sampling and songs.
Sound sampling and songs, because they do go hand in hand.
And I might still be talking about it in another episode, and that's okay.
I agree. Our personal legends are going to be coming up a lot. And so is the power of a song such as Jason Derulo mixing with Imogen Heap.
What you say?
What you say, Victor? I think I say bye-bye for now.
I say do tell.
Hey, until the next do tell, okay?
Do Tell is produced and edited by Connor Hickox of Mixed Metaphor, with artwork by Gabrielle Tenorello and Andrew Lawler. IT support by Stuart Hykar, and theme music by Blake Sokoloff and Ari Levin.
Do Tell.
The podcast.
The podcast.
Oh, Do Tell.
Do Tell.